I had kind of stagnated. I can speak for myself as an actor.
Yeah.
I wasn't learning anything new. It's been humanly possible for me to even notice at times that I'm mentally fatigued. I had an initial taste of it very close to when I did Aarya. Until then I was like, no, bada parda, bada screen. हम तो उसी में काम करेंगे भाई. My surgeon had a massive problem with me calling him every second day and saying, I need to go back. There is a crew waiting. I need to go back to Jaipur. We had only action left and climax left. And we're all sitting there going, what do we do? I mean, sir, promise me you will not compromise.
You know, before the cameras rolled, Sushmita said something really interesting, that you don't say action or silence on sets. Why is that, and what do you say?
So the word action creates a certain tension in the molecules of any person's body. So I don't know why you need to say it anymore. You have walkie-talkies, you can just say, okay guys, we're ready, we can roll. And it's just become a habit, and I find that habit changes the energy of the set. And if there is anybody who controls energy, it is this lady.
You know, this compliment from him means the world to me, always. Imagine a set and then somebody stands up and says, hey, silence, everybody, silence. And you're like, dude, you're breaking the silence.
And then, exactly, number one. Number two, there's a security guy outside who's saying, silence! And there is no silence anymore.
And everybody's making everybody be silent, screaming silent, louder than the other. So this is not allowed on this set. It was beautiful because you're just like all set and you'll hear Ankur or you'll hear one of the first ADs go, whenever your heart desires. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's
and
do
that
this.
can take a minute, it can take 30 seconds. Of course, the actor, Sushmita, is very responsible. So she'll say,
फटाफट बोल दिया tomorrow.
I mean, my heart doesn't desire today, maybe next month.
Yeah. I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
Exactly. No.
उतनी समझ है
no.
that when he says, whenever your heart desires means, take a count of 3 and get going.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Yeah.
The first time that I said to her, I said, I didn't know her that well.
Yeah.
And I said, Sushmita, a couple of things I want to tell you. This is how I shoot. And also, Sushmita, I do run things on time, so I hope you're okay and everybody has to come on. She said,
You're my dream come true.
Exactly. I have spent my entire career being on time with nobody else on time.
They finish 5 minutes before time.
Wow.
It's never
That's
5
unheard
minutes
of.
after.
And lunch break is lunch break.
Now, I don't think I've seen hospitality like that in any other crew than I have in...
No, we say we don't want to organize a shoot, we want to host a shoot.
Nice.
Nice.
And they do
Interesting.
that. We don't take up rooms in a palace. We take the entire palace. And then we just have, you know, in the backyard of the palace, there are tents and there's Godfather playing on the screen. There is Angichis.
Wow.
And there is food like there's
There'll
a
be
wedding.
films playing which will help you with your character and with, you know, and whoever wants to see it, it's there playing.
Talking about your health, you know, you returned to shooting season 3 a month after your heart attack, right? When you did that, coming back to such a demanding role as this, were you at any spot worried, or were you sure that I'm going back to a space that I feels like home and I'll be taken care of?
The problem was not faced by me. The problem was faced by my doctor.
Right.
My surgeon had a massive problem with me calling him every second day and saying, I need to go back. There is a crew waiting. I need to go back to Jaipur. And he's just like, you had a heart attack, love.
Yeah.
It's not like you had a common cold and a fever and you would like to go back. We have to figure this out. I go, give me milestones. A word I've learned from you. Give me milestones that I have to hit for you to let me go because I need to go back.
Right.
I knew that going back on Aarya's set, not only was I going to be safe and looked after, it would also heal me faster. Work does that to me. I like to be busy. I like to, especially work that I love doing. We had only action left and climax left. And we're all sitting there going, what do we do? Because now all the talky, the niceness, the soft scenes, they're all finished. Abhi bacha yahi hai.
I was going to ask him, did you have to change some scenes? Did you not shoot those then?
Would not have been allowed to even if I want.
She wouldn't let you.
She wouldn't let me.
You know, we had that conversation. We tried.
There was no way.
No, and he was being such a sweetheart. He kept on saying, you know, I really don't think we need this. He's not saying, I don't think you should do it. He's saying, but the script level pe lagta nahi hai we need this. I'm like, sir, promise me you will not compromise.
With everything that you've said about how the sets are, do you think they've spoiled you for other producers and
Do I
directors?
think? Oh, I know. I know they have. I had kind of stagnated. I can speak for myself as an actor. I wasn't learning anything new. I didn't know, and I wanted to learn. I didn't want to do the old stuff again and again, almost like running a factory of what is supposed to be a creative endeavor. And then I met Ram. And I met him and he showed me Aarya in flat 5 minutes. I said yes. And then I said, my God, I have to pull this off. It's a Michael Corleone of Godfather, you know. And when that happened, and he came to me and said, I'll need you to do workshops and you'll have to unlearn and relearn. And I was like, this is what I have been wanting. You know, there's a lot I have to unlearn because I'm a 90s kid and a 90s actor. I came back as a newcomer with a completely different approach, a person who's been scared of theatre my whole life. He makes us do theatre because there are no cuts, right? So you're performing in an open, controlled environment, but you have to perform without a cut. So our takes can be 32 minutes. 40 minutes, one take.
You know, the last time we met, I remember you saying you had taken a break because you weren't very pleased with what you were getting that time. And you said, I'm going to take a break. And then you came back with this. Right? When you came back with Aarya, did you ever think a female actor would be offered such an intense, demanding role that involved so much, like so many action sequences for one?
These 8 years of the hiatus, sitting there going, I don't like this, I don't like that. And then what do you want? So by also the default process of knowing what I did not want, what I want was being created. I didn't realize that the OTT platform was creating content, the kinds that we see today. I had an initial taste of it very close to when I did Aarya. Until then I was like, no, bada parda, bada screen, hum to usi mein kaam karenge bhai. And then when the meeting happened with Ram and Amita that day, I remember my lawyer was holding my thigh and squishing it. I had nail marks because in flat 5 minutes I had said, yes, I'm doing this. And she's like, could you have taken 10 minutes? Like, it's so embarrassing. We haven't spoken about anything else and you're just like, I'm doing it. I said, I was waiting for something like this.
You know, I'm going to just move a little bit away from the show. You know, recently there's been so much chatter about mental health. A lot of actors are speaking about it internationally or here. But both of you as artists, if you are on any day feeling, say, mentally depleted, you can't call in sick. So as an actor, if you have those days, one, how do you navigate that? And has it kind of ever happened to you guys?
I think it's just that pause. But you were very right when you say, for us, it's not like you can substitute yourself. So you have to show up. There are a lot of other pressures. I can speak for myself. I don't think that it's been humanly possible for me to even notice at times that I'm mentally fatigued till someone has pointed it out or I've had a breather to realize it. Emotionally, like, okay, people, for example, if you have, your heart is broken and you're feeling very sad about something, you have the luxury to sit with a tub of ice cream and, you know, indulge and watch a sad film or something. We don't have that, which is a blessing in one way, in the sense that you don't have time to indulge too much in a negative space. Now, the negative aspect of that is you're very fatigued by the time you realize that maybe that tub of ice cream was needed at some point. So I've come to accept that mental health is about being in touch with yourself. And this process is not as easy as it sounds. It takes tremendous practice and external help, of course. But being in touch with yourself, and it's a process that's not easy. So I guess everyone's learning, as am I.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Always such
and
a
good
pleasure.
luck for the show.